and welcome to my YouTube channel. This week I'm going to take you along with me as I explore Brussels in Belgium. I've already been here for 2 weeks, but for this last week that I'm here, I'm going to do everything I've not done yet. I'm going to show you my favorite places that I've discovered here, and I'm going to give you all the best recommendations so that you can enjoy your time in Brussels too.
Stand for love and wonder. Place your flowers in my vase. We can gather all the magic from the garden, overflowing along the way. When I wake along to find us intertwined, feel you wrapped up in my legs. We can't wait another silly lifetime. Let true colors hide away. I see you. I see you. All this time that I've been aiming for you.
So I've decided I'm going to make some brownies, and whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to give you a little travel update. Not going to lie, this solo trip is not going as I expected it would. And I don't mean that in a bad sense. I just mean it's not as I expected. I'm obviously loving every moment, and I'm trying to make the most of every moment that I'm here. But it's just different. This is my first solo trip, and obviously if you're doing something for the first time, you don't know how it's going to go. So I just wanted to tell you where I've been and what I've been doing and how I'm finding it so far. I forgot I can't multitask, so I don't know how I'm going to bake brownies and talk to you at the same time. I was planning on vlogging my whole trip, and I did start doing that the first 3 days that I was in Milan. I was vlogging, and I was also trying to create content with my phone for like Instagram Reels, and it just was not working. I was not having a great time because it was so stressful trying to do all of that and still have a good time, and it was just impossible. So I came to the decision that I would not vlog my trip. Which was quite disappointing because that's obviously a big part of the reason why I want to do the trip, is because I want to document it and share it with you to hopefully try and inspire you to also do a solo trip and to do the scary things. It is one of the reasons why I'm on this trip, as bizarre as that sounds, but I couldn't do it. So anyway, after day 3 of vlogging, I decided to stop and just enjoy my trip. And I did document a lot of it for Instagram. So if you want to go see my trip so far, go to my Instagram channel at Nomadic Nikki, and you can see everything that I've been doing there. But unfortunately, I did not vlog the first half of my trip. By the way, I am making this brownie recipe up as I go, because that's what I do. I'm now going into week 4 of my solo travel trip, which is crazy. It's flown by so fast. I started off in Milan. I went there for 4 days. I did a day trip to Lake Como, which was beautiful. And then I went to Verona for 4 days. I did a day trip to Venice, and then I went to Bologna, and I did a day trip to Florence. Italy was amazing. I I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the buildings and the food and the people, and it was just a dream come true. I've always wanted to go to Italy and I cannot wait to go back. I'm like, I want to move there. Can I move there? Maybe. I want to. After Italy, I got on a plane to come to Brussels. Now, my plan was to stay in Brussels for 4 weeks. I booked an Airbnb for a whole month because you get like a 20% discount if you book a month. And my plan was to stay in Brussels, work from here. So I'm a food content creator by day. That's my job. So I can kind of work from anywhere. So I was going to stay in my Airbnb, film some content for work, and do some day trips here and there to surrounding areas in Belgium. Long story short, I have changed my plan. The Airbnb I booked is beautiful. I love it. I'll give you a little Airbnb tour maybe later in the week, but unfortunately it's not in the best location. And I've learned now that is tip number 1 in solo travel, is check the location of where you're staying, because you want to be in the center of everything. You want to be able to walk to places, you want to be able to go outside and actually feel safe. And I don't really feel unsafe, but I feel uncomfortable and anxious before going out, and it's added an unpleasant touch to this trip. Long story short, I've decided to leave Brussels early. So my plan is I'm staying here until next Sunday morning. I've got a week left in Brussels and I'm going to try fall in love with Brussels because I haven't really. So obviously because I'm leaving my Airbnb early, I will be missing out on some money. God bless the Airbnb hosts here because they have refunded me some of the money. Yeah, obviously I'll be spending more because I'm going to other hotels and Airbnbs. There's this quote on Instagram I saw the other day that money comes back, but time doesn't. I can afford it. It's just going to be more expensive than I anticipated. And that's okay. It's all just a learning curve for me, and I'll just add it to the long list of mistakes I've made as a solo traveler so far. Anyway, so that is my update. And yeah, I wish I could say I'm going to leave this recipe in the description box, but I have no idea what I put in it. So, sorry.
I'm trying to get more comfortable filming myself in public. It is a challenge, it's not easy, but the trick is to not make eye contact with anybody. Anyway, I'm gonna go find a coffee shop and have a coffee and hopefully a pastry because I'm starving. I am absolutely stuffed after that coffee and pastry, but it was so good. It was like a nut butter cafe, very random but very good. I'm currently standing outside of a Catholic church. It is magnificent, and there's lots of cows. There's lots of cars, so it's really loud. My next plan is I'm going to a music museum, and it's so loud. I'm going to a music museum. Museums aren't normally my thing. I get really bored in them, but apparently this one's really good, so I'm gonna go in and check it out. So, change of plan. The museum was closed. If you are coming to Brussels, or actually anywhere in Europe, it seems most places are closed on a Monday. So just bear that in mind. And I've made this mistake like 3 times already since being in Europe. All the places are closed on a Monday. So I've changed my plan, and I'm going to go look at some thrift shops. There's this cute street in Brussels that has like loads of little thrift shops. I went there the other day, but I'm going to go again because it was cute. I want to show you. Let's go! I'm back at my Airbnb now. I went for some lunch at a place called Chez Leon. I think it might be a chain restaurant. It was nothing fancy, but they had mussels. And when you're in Brussels, you gotta have mussels in Brussels. Everywhere else does a portion of like 800 grams to a kilogram, and it costs nearly 30 euros for one portion. I saw Chez Leon does a smaller portion of 500 grams of mussels with fries and a small beer for like 18 euros. So I went there and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm just going to spend the rest of the afternoon just catching up on some work and not doing anything else interesting. So I will just see you tomorrow.
Stand for love and wonder. Place your flowers in my vase. We can gather all the magic from the garden, overflowing along the way. When I wake along to find us intertwined, feel you wrapped up in my legs. We can't wait another silly lifetime. Let true colors hide away. I see you.
So I went to the music museum, and whilst it was cool, I don't know if I would pay 15 euros for it. I'm just not a museum gallery kind of girl. I'd rather spend my money somewhere else, you know. But if you are into history and you're into music, I think you will love it. You could spend hours there. There's so many instruments. Anyway, it was still interesting, but I kind of wish they had instruments there that you can play, like make it interactive, make it more interesting.
I see you. All this time that I've been aiming for your heart.
Right, first things first, I'm gonna taste these chocolates. I've been doing this thing where most days I go to a new chocolate shop and I buy 2 chocolates. One just plain ganache, and then another one that the server recommends. So today I went to Whittemer. These are the most expensive chocolates I've bought so far in Belgium, but this place was recommended #1 on a blog post that I read. So I hope they're good. I hope they're worth €2. So this one is a 72% cacao ganache filled chocolate. It is really good, but would I pay €2 for that little thing? I'm not so sure. And this one is an almond praline filled one. Same thing again. Really good, but is it worth €2? At the end of this vlog, I will tell you which place was my favorite chocolate so far, so that if you also come to Brussels, you know where to go. I've had a pretty chill day. It's been nice. For the rest of the evening, I'm just gonna have a glass of wine, maybe watch some YouTube, and probably plan what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you in the morning.
So I'm on my way to a new neighborhood today called Saint-Gilles. It looks very beautiful, but I've come across this museum. It's called Porte de Hall. I don't know how to pronounce these things. I don't know if it's Dutch or French, but anyway, it's a 14th century medieval museum. And obviously I'm not going to go into it because, as we discovered yesterday, I'm not a museum kind of girl. People are staring at me. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going onto Saint-Gilles.
Well, there's something about the weather when we're out on our own. Something about the path that leads us forever home. We don't need a reason, just changing with the seasons, following the feeling in our souls. Now that you're with me, we're chasing daylight and we're soulfully alive. Well, I can't believe the world's still turning, 'cause we're hopelessly alive. You mean the sunrise, we're still miles away from the end of the day, and the wind walks by.
Hello, it is the next day now, and I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for ending yesterday's vlog so suddenly. After I had my frites, I came back to the Airbnb and I had full intentions of going out last night, but it got dark and I got anxious to leave the Airbnb because, as I mentioned earlier on in this vlog, I'm not in the best location and I don't feel very safe at night outside alone in the dark. So I just ended up staying in. I had a glass of wine, I had a little solo dance party, and that's just the reality of this trip at the moment. But anyway, it's a new day. It's my last full day in Brussels, and I'm going to make the most of it. I've got some exciting plans, so let's go.
So as you can see, I'm currently at the Atomium, which, if you've watched any videos about Brussels, or if you know anything about Brussels, this is like the Eiffel Tower of... the Eiffel Tower of Brussels. Yeah, there's no one here right now because they're not actually open. They open at 10 o'clock. I'm not going inside because I've already been inside last week. But yeah, this is the Atomium. Honestly, this park is beautiful and there's no one here. I have this whole place to myself. It's great. This park is honestly amazing. There's so many like hidden gems that I did not know about. Look at this. So I'm here at the Japanese Tower and Garden, but unfortunately it's closed. I think it's been closed for like 5 years. It used to be the Museum of... I can't remember the name. But yeah, it's unfortunately derelict and closed. And then next to the Japanese gardens, there's also like greenhouses, which is also closed. I think it only opens in springtime or summer. But I saw photos of it. I'll put some up on the screen now. It looks absolutely amazing and I wish I could go in it. But yeah, unfortunately that's also closed. So on to the next destination. Hello, I am back at my Airbnb. I've freshened up and I am leaving the house. I'm gonna try catch the sunset and then I'm actually going on another walking tour. I say another because I've already been on one in Brussels, but this one is at night and I think it'll be a bit different. And yeah, hopefully I'll meet some people on the tour. But yeah, I'm gonna get going before the sun sets. I'm back home now and the tour was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was actually interesting. Usually the walking tours, the information goes in one ear and out the other ear, but honestly this one was so good. The tour guide was very funny and engaging and it was just great. And it was a small group. There were only 5 of us and 3 of us went for a drink afterwards, which was really nice. I also had something to eat. I had apple tart, which was bit random, but it was delicious. Honestly, I highly recommend walking tours as a solo traveler because you always meet new people. Every single tour I've gone on, I've met new people, and pretty much every time we've still hung out after the tour's finished, and it's just a great way to meet people. 10 out of 10 recommend. Anyway, good night. I've arrived in Bruges and within 2 minutes I've fallen in love. I'm ready to move here. I just went for a brewery tour at the Holverman Brewery, and it was great. I highly recommend it if you're coming to Bruges. My favorite part was that you get a magnificent view from the top of the building, so you don't even have to go up the Belfry Tower because you already get an amazing view from the brewery. So 10 out of 10 recommend. You also get a beer included in the price, which has made me feel a little bit tipsy, so I'm gonna go find some food. Good morning. I had a great day in Bruges yesterday. I highly recommend if you're in Brussels, take a day trip to Bruges. You will not regret it. It is super cute. I did come back to Brussels a bit earlier than I was planning because it was just so cold and rainy and I was ready to go home. And I actually lied to you the other day when I said it was my last full day in Brussels. Today is actually my last full day in Brussels, but I'm checking out of my Airbnb. And tonight I'm gonna see a friend and stay with her because she lives in Brussels. So yeah, today is my last full day in Brussels. I'm gonna check out of my Airbnb in about half an hour and then drop my bags off somewhere for the day. I'm gonna go do some shopping because it's Black Friday week, and I'm gonna meet up with my friend later. That's my plan for the day. If I do anything interesting, I will show you, of course. Not pretending it's a month later now. I ended my vlog very abruptly and I thought I owed you an outro. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're going to Brussels, I hope this video helped you, and if you have been to Brussels already, I hope you saw something new and it makes you want to go back to Brussels. If you want to see more solo travel content from me, subscribe, turn on those notifications so that you get notified when I post my next vlog. I am going to do a separate video where I share like a Brussels guide, so stay tuned for that because I feel like in my 3 weeks there I saw it all. So I'm going to give you all the best tips, and yeah, once again thank you so much for being here. Leave a comment if you have been to Brussels or if you're going to Brussels. I want to know. And I also post a lot on my Instagram page at Nomadic Nikki, so go follow me over there as well. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.